Let's hear. I think the intention of many minds can bring big change, and I think the intention of what our minds can do can bring big change. And I think of what Diane DePrimo wrote. I'm sure her poem Brant is being quoted a lot this day. To quote some of the poem, it goes, "The only war that matters is the war against the imagination. The only war that matters is the war against the imagination. The only war that matters is the war against the imagination. All other wars are subsumed in it." I love that poem rant, and I ask you to please check it out by Diane DePrima. She has a book called Revolutionary Letters. She was one of the first beatniks, a revolutionary, an activist, and a believer in peace. Next up, what about Erin Dingle? Let's hear for Erin Dingle, who is on the Slam team. Dingle, can you read one? And then we'll have other people.
When I started deciding what I was going to read at this event, the thing I think needs change more than anything else in the modern world is appreciation and gratitude for what we have here. I think in the modern age, we're really driven to want more and different all the time. And if you stop and you breathe and you appreciate all the gifts you have, everything else becomes more golden and more beautiful. So the poem I'm going to share is a poem about camping, which is something that is very dear to my heart and which brings me peace, and which is something I am very grateful for in the beautiful country we live in. It's called Wood Smoke. Friday night, and we roll into the first campground of the year. I hear axes flying, crying babies asking where the hell they are, cars rumbling, tumbling onto a site and then sleeping. I offer clumsy help, but my husband has his long-worked plan. A man with a tarp, with an axe, with a well-gauged goal, head bent to a Coleman stove or yellow ropes or bundled wood. He is very good at building home. We didn't kill the Smokies in the cooler. We didn't pick the berries or the grapes. Our escape is rustic, but with parts prepared at Superstore. Last year, we bought a trailer with a floor, 2 beds, and warmth, no more. 20 years in tents has left my back too sore for thermarests. So we test and taste the wilderness with city condiments. This is how we camp. Each family stamps their own label on the camping adventure. Some stride sure-footed down a hiking trail bearing shelter and meal reeled, rolled, and heavy on their backs. Their tracks have no tire tread. Their beds are piled with pine boughs and multi-purpose stuff sacks. They like it rough. Freeze-dried dinners poured from tinfoil pockets. No light sockets, no phones, no moaning bosses. Crosses left back at the car. They wander far afield until their urban skins are healed. Others bring suburban homes on trucks and SUVs. Amongst the trees they nest with stoves and fridges, queen-size beds and large TVs. They squeeze their house onto a gravel pad. They are glad to roam the river, to while away a weekend in the wood smoke, but will not relinquish all their modern gifts. These RVs lift up vinyl skirts and flash me as I amble past. I hear the siren lure of meals and dishes finished fast, of nighttime bliss. But I think I'd miss my camping meditations, meals heated slowly over coals, dishes cleaned in a plastic tub, sleep rubbed from round eyes fixed on the outhouse. I have found solace in quick work completed slowly, days that flow through bowl breakfasts, fire brought to life, lunch slow cut by camping knife, damp afternoons fit for rain-wrung napping, slapping back mosquitoes and digging through the snacks, following tracks and watching ranger trucks roll by, lying on the picnic table seeking stars and satellites, far removed from haste and waste and multitasking frenzies. I rub the bark of trees against my fingers, linger, browse the path for interesting rocks. My husband found a rock shaped like a tiny heart once. It is still inside my wallet and worth more than carrots, clarity, or cut. Just like peanuts and a sandwich by a roaring blaze amaze me with their value. I don't want 5-star dinners. I want supper with 1,000 stars and one small family. And if it's dark, I'll pee beneath a tree. Thank you.